Hello dear viewers, my name is Jimmy Hanks. As usual, I'm back with your show Holy Drive. I want to first and foremost appreciate you all for choosing to watch Holy Drive. There are many shows you'd opt to watch, but I thank you very much that you choose to be part of us tonight. I want to send out greetings to all people that are watching me live from Chebando, live from all different places. I want to send out greetings to my friends, the likes of Lynette, the likes of Marcy, the likes of Crispus, my brother. I love you all. Thanks for loving us. As usual, tonight I'm honored to be hosting an amazing gentleman, a film director. Omusajja alina kye yeekoleddewo. Those films za Uganda nzibu nnyo okukola. Naye nabalazeeko they can still use the few resources available and they do something great. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm designed by Hash Suits, located at California Plaza, and the man himself, Musa, located at Capital Center, RD 15 Level 3. At this point, I want to take this chance and the honor to introduce you the guest I have tonight. Guess who? I'll take a small break and I'll be right back with him. We'll be back from that small break. At this point, I want to take the honor to introduce to you the guest I'm having for you tonight.
Yes, my name is Samuel Kalungi. Zinga Yafe is my brand, and I'm very happy and grateful to be on the show.
It is my honor. So where do you come from?
Where do I come from? From Uganda, I guess. But I was born here in Mengo and raised in Mengo here, and some parts of Wakiso, Chiwenda, Guludene is our other smaller village. So yeah, that's basically where I come from.
Wow.
Yes.
So how was life when you were growing up? The kind of experience maybe you had when you were being raised up. What are some of the things you can't forget when you were a young little man back then in the village?
Well, quite a list really. Quite a list. There are so many things. Most of them are really interesting. You know, when you're still a kid, it's more of interesting stuff. Even what is not interesting, you'll be happy. So it was really fun, you know, running around, looking for you know, going around, chasing that, chasing the other, going to school, stuff like those. Really, it's quite a list, but those are some of the things that I can't forget. Playing around with friends, meeting new people all the time, going to villages, going to other people's homes, stuff like those. That was interesting.
What schools did you attend?
I went to many schools. I don't know if it is fortunate or unfortunate. I went to many schools that I don't even remember some of them.
How can a student forget the schools where you went? Is that really convince me? How do you forget the schools where you went?
No, like okay, when I was still a kid, I went to many schools, to the extent that I went even to some schools. And what I forgot to tell you is that I also had some time to travel, like when I was still a kid. And then when I went to my parents, you know, you be in a certain school, and then for like a few months, and then maybe your father wants to move, and then you have to move, so you can't even remember that. But at least I remember that I went to Bugema. You know Bugema Primary School? It's
I do.
BAPS. We used to call it BAPS. BAPS is Bugema Adventist Primary School. That was BAPS in Ruel. So I went to that one for like
From SDS school, I guess.
Yeah.
Also went
school.
to one Maryland.
Woo, Maryland.
Yes, I'm a Maryland.
Maryland. I was about to come to Maryland, by the way, but then somehow I didn't go there. But and I still don't know up until now why my parents really loved, because I'm not an Adventist, but there's a way they love those schools, because I think because of the way they install that feeling in you. I'm sure you know. But I went to BAPS, Bugema Advanced Primary School, from around P4 to P7 straight.
You're a staunch SD, I guess.
I think I'm just, by the about my religion, no, I don't think I'm a staunch SDA, but I know about SDA. And I do it. I go to church, I go to their church, I also go to my church, original church, then I go to my grandfather's church. So for me, I'm okay with.
So now, my brother,
Yeah.
when you left Bugema, where did you go after Bugema? Where did you?
I went to Mengo.
Mengo Secondary School, eh?
Mengo, yes.
How's life? You're from an SDA school, you're going out to an Anglican
Exactly.
school, I guess. How's the
Didn't
experience
happen.
there?
It almost didn't happen. That's when amazing things started happening. Because when I went to Mengo, by that time there was the late Bakamale.
May his soul rest in eternal
Yeah,
peace.
may his soul rest in peace. That was the headmaster. Now he was a friend to my father. So there's a way I was praying from St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe. So at that time, I was in a group called the youth. It was a youth brigade or something like that. So we were the kids there. So they interested me to go to Mengo. But when I went to Mengo, it didn't work out. I was always late. So I didn't.
Stubborn guy, eh? The guy used to chop morning preps, I guess.
I used to stay in Mengo, but I could get to Mengo late. And yet there were other kids who could come from other classes. So somehow it didn't go well with Mengo. I left Mengo because even most teachers who were there were actually my father's friends and stuff like that. So they'll report me in whatever mistake I do. So I left Mengo, I think the first term, before even the end of first term. I went to, there's a school called Kampala. Huh?
Kampala High School?
No. Is it Kampala what? This
Old
one,
Kampala.
Old Kampala.
So when
I went to that one, I was there I think for about 4 days.
and again you changed.
Again I changed.
Who was paying for his school fees? Your parents or Sasula school fees?
No. They were paying.
I can't pay for such a kid. You're changing schools every after 1 week. How?
So I left that school as well. Okay, I didn't leave it, but I was stopped to go to school for about a term. So in those months, I did a lot of stuff, running around. I even went to there's a place in Menga. I looked for a job there. They gave me a job of these guys who put in fuel. They are called what? They are pump attendants.
Well, I think so.
Yeah,
I've never tried out that job, so I don't know what they call. What I know.
That job, from when I was still a kid, I could see those guys putting in fuel, and I'm like, man, I want to be like that sometime.
And that's why I think it's to overchange school. Not to kusoma ushtegera.
So I got that job. I remember I got that job, and I worked there for about 1 month.
Kawenge byokusoma bivuddeko.
Ebyokusoma nga bivuddeko.
Nenga fees wali. Nenga toyagala.
Yes. So somehow they got a bit enraged with the whole situation, and they got me a school. It was an amazing time. They got me a school, of course, without my. At that point, I would not they would not reason with me. It was you either go to school or you go to school. So I was taken to school. An evening, it was an evening. They picked me up, told me you are going to school. I'm like, hey, are you guys seriously? You didn't tell me the term was already in the middle. Now remember, me, I finished my P7 in 2004. So 2005, I'm supposed to be in S1. So I wasn't in S1. I was playing around. I was in Mengo, wherever. Then, so the next year, which was 2000 now, and 6, because in 2005, I didn't go to school, basically. I was in school, but on and off.
Adamant refused to study.
Exactly. So now, I went to...
Do you have kids?
I do, actually.
So what do you advise your kids? Some other parent tell us how.
To be honest, I think I wanted to study, but I was very, very skeptical and very serious.
Ambitious,
I really needed this. I think it was about interest. It wasn't about school. It was about interest. What I really wanted to do, the type of system we have does not support what you want to do. It supports the protocol. That protocol of you have to come from P1 nursery wherever to university. They don't care what you want to do. They don't care when will you want to do it, or what do you really need to go to school anyway. Maybe you just need a few subjects, but they have this whole bunch of 16 subjects you are going to do in S1 up to S4. 4 years of wasting your time on things that you'll never do. So it was really, to me, it was more of, I just didn't know how to address it because I wasn't a parent of my own self. So it went down like that. But it wasn't really because I didn't want to study. Because right now I'm studying a lot of things. Even now I am studying some things. Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, it wasn't because I was refusing to study, but it was because I was that kid who was curious of what I really want to do. When I go to class and I don't realize the teacher is not teaching me what I want to learn, I could feel a bit, wasting a lot of my
just
time.
Walk out of class.
You feel like maybe when I go and play football would be a good thing for me.
So what was the end of that story like?
So the end of that story, to cut it very short, it was really a long story. I went down from Bugema. Basically now I went to Brethren College, Chiriagonja. It is there in Matuga. I went to that school for 6 years.
6 solid years.
Yes.
And
I am consistent when I fall in love.
Wow.
Yes. 6 years.
On reaching, did you settle?
Yeah, I settled when I got there, because I remember when I got there, it was a bit tough, really tough. But then when I got there, they put me in a system that I think I liked, or that I fell in love with. In the morning, okay, it was a bit harsh in the beginning, but then I fell in love with it. I also did some strikes there, so I made some interest of mine to be realized. Kids loved me so much that side, because I think they fell in love with me because I did some stuff that they were fearing to do for a long time.
You're a defiant guy, eh?
Yeah, I did.
You're the guy who could lead strikes at school, eh?
I led one which was successful.
Successful? How can a strike be successful? How?
One, I didn't get chased. 2, I addressed my issues. 3, we won the battle. We didn't win the war, but we won the battle, because the battle was about leadership. These guys wanted us to have they could do what we call appointing prefects, and we said no to that. You don't appoint for us prefects that you want us.
I get.
Yeah.
Kulaba.
So
you're a very defiant man from high school. I don't know how you
there.
are today, but I'm just imagining how you do your administration back home. I really don't know.
It's fine.
So now after the 6 years, where did you go after?
I went to this university. It's called Deje University.
The Ruwero or Kampala campus?
Kampala campus. But we did some work in Ruwero. We did all the internships.
Before you go very far, what made you settle? After being this stubborn guy, Toyagala Kusoma, you're branching out of school, you're going into business, wanting money at a very young age. How do you settle at the end of the day?
I think God is good all the time. And all the time, that is His nature. I personally settled. I think God did that, because honestly, I don't remember when I just said, let me settle. But I just found myself getting in shape all the time. And of course, my parents are very prayerful people, my relatives, and the schools I went to. I'm telling you, that school, we could pray in the morning and in the evening. We learned so many things. Me, I'm a preacher.
You're a pastor.
No, I'm not a pastor, I'm a preacher. Pastor business is a bit also tricky nowadays to mention that you're a pastor. But I'm not a pastor, but I am a preacher. And of course, all of us are pastors. You're supposed to deliver that, because that's why we were created. God created us not for any other reason, to praise Him and to teach the good news. That's why we were all created.
I see, I see.
All of us, like literally, each one of us was created to praise God, and because that's the only thing God cannot do.
Of course, it's true. God can't worship himself.
He
He can
cannot
worship
worship
him.
himself.
So we are now at Ndeje. Which course are you offering at Ndeje?
Community development.
So Nkulabo, you get bingi bichi used to love good leadership. Why didn't you contest for you to become a leader? Probably maybe you change the things you're talking about.
I contested.
And you lost or you won?
I won.
Or you cheated?
No, I didn't cheat.
Did people vote you?
People voted me, but then actually I wasn't voted. How? In my class, there was that segment. I didn't go for like the presidency. I was very slick. I really wanted to be there. So I was chosen to be our class representative in there. So I didn't go for the big post because I didn't have money. I knew that if I had money, people liked me. I could actually contest, but then I didn't have money. Those things had like these things where you're seeing people giving money in politics. They start from way back in school, man.
I know.
Hey, they will start from way back in school. That's why for me personally, I don't blame the government for corruption. I'm very okay with corruption.
Man, you want to die?
No.
How do you love corruption? Why?
Corruption has been here for too long.
But you can end it now. Which kind of a leader?
Exactly.
You're pushing for corruption that you're a leader, really?
No.
A leader.
Before you chase something, you must understand it. You get it? You cannot chase corruption before you understand corruption. Corruption is with us unless some of us have really to die. And we die and we are not there anymore. That's when corruption will go. But as long as we are still here, we cannot chase.
So how can you end corruption as a leader?
Simple.
What's your advice
Simple.
then?
Start from your house. Start from home.
Fight corruption.
Fight for corruption from your house.
To them politics.
Yes.
So now how do you venture into now, okay, after campus, what did you do immediately? Did you do some other small jobs or you just ventured into what you're doing today?
When I left campus, around 2016, I left campus and I was confused because I wasn't just confused or whatever. I didn't know where to get a job. I even tried to look for some, but then I was like, really? You could go to these people's offices, maybe sometimes you're wearing like jeans and stuff, and then you're lectured for that, and then
even your hair, what about your appearance?
Exactly. There's a place I went to and then I was in shorts, and then someone was like, I just told them, okay, you guys, I had just brought my papers to drop them here. I wasn't actually coming for the interview. The place is around Nakurabi areas. Because they told me, now you started this, you need to go to organizations. Then I said, okay.
How do you go to ask for a job when you're on pants, on shorts?
No, they were shorts. They were good shorts. Come on. How do you expect me to have a suit? To have a suit when I've just stepped out?
You need to be presentable.
What presentable do you mean? Now that's a mind problem. It's a mind problem. It does not mean that when he's wearing like that, he's not presentable. It depends on you and your perception. I went with my shorts to drop the papers there so I can do other things. And then you're lecturing me, you're coming for a job, and you're wearing like that. And come on, I said, wait. So there's a problem here. I said, you know what? From now, I'm going to start being the person who gives the jobs, and I will not ask for those things.
Wow. Them chasing you gave you an advantage.
Exactly.
To think deeper.
I said, the guy told me those things. Those words were ringing in my head like, boom, boom, boom. The guy lectured me for about an hour when I'm standing like this. And that guy who lectured me actually, the one for the shorts didn't lecture me that much. Just said some mean stuff to me. But then, the one who lectured me for real, was the one for the jeans. And they lectured me so badly that I felt so small, I felt so stupid, I felt so weird. But then, when the one for the shorts lectured me a bit, said some mean stuff. Then I said, there's a problem here. It is high time I'm going to be the one giving jobs.
Wow. So how then do you start up your own thing?
Now, from there, that was still, I was still like after fresh from school, but I was doing my art, the other art business. I was doing even from school. We could write in Nigeria. You watch it in Nigeria, you write a script to act on stage. So we could act like every Saturday in my old school. We could be acting for free. People would enjoy. We were celebrities in school, so people would enjoy and all that. So my business was always in holidays. I could write a lot of script, write about this, write about this, write about this, write about this. Even I didn't know how to write scripts, but I could write in ways that I would understand what I'm writing. So I could write
Creativity.
Yeah, creativity. Write. So when I go back to school, I have like a whole book. When I get there, ngatutandika. Let's act about this. You read about it. On Saturdays, you went to 7th day school.
I did.
Saturdays, Fridays in the evening.
Yeah, afternoon business stops.
Business stops on Friday evening. Go
for Vespas.
Exactly. Now, on Saturday evening, it is called a AY program. That was my time. I
could shine,
I could shine. I was a celebrity for that. So that's how that one I was doing it. So now I remembered, I said, if I did this in school, then why don't I do it now?
I know.
Why don't I just do this now? So I said, now since I started community development, I'm going to develop my communities using art as a medium. And I did that from that time until now, until when I die. It's what I'm going to be doing.
So that's how you went into film?
Yeah, that's when I went into film, because I did a lot of theater productions from this former, it was called Royal Theater, the one for Katolu Bwama. We did a lot of stuff with him. That theater was demolished. Then we went to some place in Salama. Then from Salama we came back to National Theater. I've done a lot of pieces at the National Theater.
How has the journey been? Film.
It was hard.
What are some of the things, the benefits, some of the good things you've gotten out of film? The ones which make you feel like employing myself was better than being employed.
Yes. One, the treasure one, the one thing that I would say, yes, I am here with you.
Wow.
I am right here with you. Why didn't you call a random person?
You had what I wanted.
Exactly. Now that's what when you decide to do things brings for you on table. You end up meeting people you have never thought you'd meet. You meet the president, you meet the prime ministers, you meet so many people. You meet right people on your path, on your journey, and then that will bring up a lot of things. It will bring up, of course, satisfaction, but even most of all, that's when you get opportunities to serve God and to do what you're supposed to do the way you want to do such things.
I understand.
Yeah, so that is one. But then too, I managed to get my family together. I have a family. I got married.
Wow.
I got married almost immediate after school.
You had no time to waste.
I had my girlfriend already, so I was doing a lot
but you weren't an easy man. You had a girlfriend.
I had my
I
was about 22 years old.
You had a girlfriend.
I had a girlfriend, yeah.
Wow. Fiancé or what?
Yeah, she was. We came from school together, from secondary school together. So she was already there. We checked each other within the middle.
You weren't an easy man. How do you manage it? Because you look to be, a stubborn guy, relaxed, like you don't, you take things, easy.
Yes.
How do you manage your family?
Because life is supposed to be easy.
Now took madam, let a minute,
No. Why do you have to mention madam, let a minute? Why do you have to mention? It means there's a problem. Get home, she will bring food. You get my point?
I do get your
Yeah,
point.
so the idea is life is supposed to be good. Every time you find your life being so hard, when you have to command respect, you have to command this, you have to command that, you need God.
I know.
You need God to come into your life and settle some things.
All right.
Yes.
So what are some of the things you look back and say, God has done me well?
Yeah, God has done me well because I wasn't an easy kid growing up. I disappointed many people because they will accept you to be at school and then you're not in school. You know, that alone is a bad thing because we have people who have abandoned their kids because they have refused to be in school when they want them to be in school. Omwana mutadde. And because I've done this, I've done that. So, and I urge to parents, please forgive our mistakes, our youthful mistakes. Forgive us. Sometimes we do them because we have to do them. We are in a crazy world, you know. So I thank God that I managed to finish campus. There are many people abaliwo nga bali very organized. They had their everything in check. Everything was organized. Naye they didn't manage to finish simply because bali bambanja school fees. Simply because tasobodde abala bafunye embuto and all that. And then you remember these people, they were good kids. They were not bad kids. So it is really God who comes in our way and shapes us to be who we are supposed to be.
So what's your advice? Okay, before I wind up the show, all the things that happen, do you regret, like the mistakes maybe you made somewhere in high school, refusing to study, all that kind of mess? Do you regret, or you feel like it was okay, it shaped you into the man you are today?
I have two things. One, I believe in God. Two, I have my own belief of the Zinga Yafe business. We don't regret. Whatever happens for good reason. And whatever happens, it is God's plan. I mean, you yourself, you don't even know your next 1 minute. And you're regretting for yesterday. You don't have that moral authority as a human being to regret. But you just have to thank God. It is high time I shape myself for a better future. It's high time I shape myself for a better future. I lost my job. It is high time. Let me create my own job. Or let me do this. You get my point? So the idea of regretting should not be anywhere close to a youth who is intending to become a better person in life.
Your last remarks to the viewers.
I want to first of all thank you for this opportunity. I want to thank the producer. I want to thank all of you guys on the camera. Thank you so much for accepting to host me here. Personally, I want to say this to the world that this world is a very good place to be, right? So let us promote that. Let us promote ourselves. Let us promote ourselves to be better people. Promotion does not only need us, the filmmakers, the musicians and all that, but the promotion of people. When you find someone who is dying, make sure they wake up. You find someone who is going down a bad road, help them. So the idea should really be, let us promote more love than hatred. Let us promote this business of politicking on everything. For me, I'm ready. The yellow, the black, the white. It doesn't make any sense. So to me, and I believe that that's why God created us.
Wow.
Let us promote ourselves, other people, and in that way we shall be promoting God Himself, because we are. The Bible says we are created in His own image. Wow. He didn't say black or white or colored or blue. He just said you are created in His own image. So when you promote another person, you are doing the rightful job of God.
You sound to be a good Christian. Do you know any Bible verse? You can quote for us any of your best verses. You sound to be a good Christian.
Yeah, I am a Christian, though when I'm reading...
Believer.
Hey, I'm a believer, by the way. Because, by the way, for me, I go to every church.
Which is good.
When I find a gospel, whatever church in a good day, I enter. And I don't go to mosques simply because of their language. And I don't want to simply
but you can learn.
No, auntie, you might do mistakes. You have to learn from outside, and yet I don't think I have a lot of time. But if I ever, I'm telling you, you must learn. When they are doing this, and then you do that. But no, yeah, that, yeah. So, but ideally, me, I believe in God. So I go to any church. When sanga mosque gunding and zigule, when sanga namireme and zigule, when sanga gunding and zigule, I just enter and I praise my God because that's all I can do.
Wow.
There's nothing I can give God. You know, God is supposed to be helped. So ideally, the verse that I can, I might not know it. Like I don't think I know the verse by chapter and the verse itself. But you know, I read my Bible. I even have it on my phone. There's a word that I love most, but I think it is around Proverbs. It says that the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. That's the one thing that clears everything in my life. That omuntu yena okutya fear Bible kusa fear naye nga ekigambo kyandibadde I think to be the love, but fear is respect. So the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Yes. Thank you very much. You should go back to church and become a priest. Maybe you'll make a very good one. We need such guys, to go to church. You know, make us happy. Yes. You have a lot of comedy. Anyway, it's been a pleasure having you. Thanks for honoring my invitation.
You're welcome.
I must say I'm profoundly humbled. Anyways, we've come to the end of this show and I appreciate you everyone who has been watching us from the beginning. Whoever chooses to watch us, I really appreciate you in a special way. I've been hearing a lot of comments from people, and I felt like maybe sharing this before I go off set. Abantu babuuza Holy Drive which Holy Drive is a show that is here to inspire someone, a show that should cause a positive impact onto your life. Many things we encounter in life, but Holy Drive is here to make you get hope that tomorrow is a better day. And it's been a pleasure having you all. I want to say hello to everybody who has been watching us once again. Big upon you, the producer, Mr. Mose and Hafiz. I love you so much. As usual, don't forget Hash Suits at California Plaza. Those are the guys that really make me look smart. And as usual,
yes, ntumira ku mukyala wange omulungi ennyo Nalongo Dokas Kalungi atulawo Nyanama n'abalongo bange n'omwana wange Juliet, and that's it.
Wow, muwulidde omusajja ayagala nnyo family ye obakaita akatalekeka. Anyways, I love you all. I must say until we meet again, akume atakumira mpeera.